In the city of Sihanoukville in Cambodia is a statue of an Indian who became the king of an ancient Cambodian kingdom. This is the statue of King Kaundinya with his wife Queen Soma. The love story of Kaundinya and Soma goes back to nearly 2000 years ago. Kaundinya was an Indian merchant traveling from the Indian subcontinent to Southeast Asia across the Bay of Bengal, but severe weather and rampant piracy made the journey dangerous. And Kaundinya's ship was attacked by pirates, but Kaundinya and his shipmates were able to defeat them. Soma, the pirate princess, was impressed by Kaundinya's bravery and proposed marriage. The couple got married and founded Funan, an ancient Hindu kingdom centered on the Mekong Delta of Southeast Asia. This kingdom, which existed from the 1st to 6th century CE, ruled over parts of modern-day Cambodia, Thailand, and Vietnam. This story is mentioned in a Sanskrit inscription found at Vietnam's Mai Son, a cluster of Hindu temple ruins. Chinese sources also mention Chandana, another Indian origin ruler of Funan. But it wasn't just the ruling elite of Southeast Asia that came from India. Archaeological and inscriptional evidences point to the presence of Brahmin, merchant, and even fishing communities from India settling in the Malay Peninsula. These communities began settling in Southeast Asia from around the start of the 1st century CE. This is how the process of Indianization began in Southeast Asia. The term Indianization refers to the cultural exchange between the Indian subcontinent and Southeast Asia brought about when Southeast Asians adopted or imported Indic cultural elements. These include political ideas, literature, language and scripts, art and architecture, and various other ways of living. The influence of India in the region was so great that Southeast Asia was once described as Farther India or East Indies by Europeans. This influence still persists today in several Southeast Asian countries. Thailand, for example, retains many Hindu elements from its kings titled as Rama, or city names like Ayutthaya, named after Ayodhya, to the Garuda emblem, and so on. The Prambanan Temple and Borobudur Temple of Indonesia and the Angkor Wat Temple of Cambodia are testament to India's civilizational footprints in the region. There are even Tamil inscriptions in Pallava script from Southeast Asia. Indianization did not happen overnight, but was a continuous process that happened over the course of 1,000 years. But why did this process of Indianization happen? To answer this, we must understand the political and social landscape of Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia was characterized by fragile and politically fractured states. Rise in trade and new agricultural developments led to a boom in resources and population, and that's where Indianization came in. Southeast Asia looked to India to address these challenges, as India had already solved these problems. Especially under the Mauryas and Guptas, India was wealthy, populous, and highly urbanized. Indianization was the solution to the problems faced by Southeast Asian polities, which is why people and culture were imported from India to Southeast Asia. This flow of people and culture happened in the other way too, from Southeast Asia to India. For example, the Pallava king Nandivarman II is believed to be from a Pallava line that ruled over a kingdom in Southeast Asia. Indian civilization shaped Southeast Asia's local culture, and most of this happened without threats or violence. Sadly, Indian history is written with an undue focus on Delhi and the various foreign invaders. The story of how India shaped not just Southeast Asian but Asian history is missing from our textbooks. It's high time we learned the true history of Indian civilization's influence on the rest of the world.